Tyre Nichols' family remembers him as a loving father, an eager skateboarder, and a keen photographer. The kind of guy, his brother said, who never lifted a finger to nobody. But after his brutal January 7th beating by 5 black police officers, captured on this disturbing video, America remembers him differently, as yet another black man killed by what some see as an epidemic of violent racism in American policing. Although black Americans made up 12% of the population in 2022, they made up 26% of the victims killed by police, according to monitoring group Mapping Police Violence. And statistics show that black people are 3 times more likely to die during police encounters than their white counterparts. On Wednesday, Vice President Kamala Harris attended Nichols' funeral in the southern city of Memphis, Tennessee.
This violent act was not in pursuit of public safety. It was not in the interest of keeping the public safe, because one must ask, was not it in the interest of keeping the public safe that Tyre Nichols would be with us here today?
Activists want more than words. They want legal change, and for police to be held legally accountable through legislation like the George Floyd Justice and Policing Act, which stalled in Congress. Harris said the administration wants Congress to revisit the act, and leading civil rights figures agree.
It has to be federal law. Let me tell you, until police know they have skin in the game, which is why you heard them say about the George Floyd bill, you heard the sister say about the legislation here, you must get rid of qualified immunity.
Yes.
Where police know that they can lose their house, their car, and everything else.
And some activists want the government to send resources elsewhere. Leslie Mack is communications director for the Frontline, an advocacy group. She spoke to VOA by Zoom.
President Biden just last week was talking about needing to fund the police. And I would push back and just let him know that taking funds away from violent enterprises and putting them into the hands of services that actually meet the needs of communities is not just smart from a federal level, but it's a smart play for us as human beings in this society.
VOA asked White House Press Secretary Karine Jean-Pierre what the administration is doing to combat perceptions that systemic racism is a problem in America.
The president has made it a priority in his administration to make sure that it looks like America, to make sure that we see the diversity in this administration throughout different communities. And you see that over and over again when you look at the different agencies, when you look into the White House. And this is historically the most diverse administration in history, and that matters.
On Wednesday, Nichols' family and community mourned the man, the son, the father that he was. And here's what his family wants. His stepfather, Rodney Wells.
We got a long fight ahead of us. That's right. Yeah. And we got to stay strong for it. Mm-hmm. So, justice for Tyre. 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 Justice for Tyre.
Anita Powell, VOA News, the White House.